Welcome to the channel. So this is the Mobira or Nokia Talkman. I made a few videos already about, and I never started it. So I decided to repair the battery and not modify it to anything, just keep it as it is. As these are getting more and more difficult to find and get. Here's the battery, equally difficult to get. The ones I've seen in use have been modified and connected by power supply. So I need to repair this one. And this video is going to be about that one, and hopefully see this start. Some people call this in the comments car phone. Actually, it's not a car phone. This was, yes, you could attach it to a car, but this was actually truly the first mobile phone. So the point was to carry it around, and you could have it anywhere with you. Whether it was good for that, but at the time it was really expensive phone. Okay, see in the next part when I've opened it up. I'm now trying to change the batteries to the Nokia Walkman and hopefully get it started. I opened the package, battery pack. Here's some of the charging electronics. For those of you some of those who want to see what's detailed there, I will slowly go through this one and see what's there. Yeah, rather complicated design, but there it is. And now these are the old batteries, as you can see. Sonnenschein Drive-It A200. Well, they still exist, but they don't manufacture this specific battery in size. But I found exact replacements for them, which is very nice. Now the fun part is that the early days of Nokia, and in the 80s when they made this, was a really expensive phone. You could buy a car with the same price. Yeah, it was crazy expensive, this phone back in the day. Yet, I mean, obviously some of it was handmade still, and this was the quality of the battery attachment to the case with Nokia. This is this kind of soft double-sided tape which has survived well, gotten some yellow in that end. But yeah, and neither one, they're not straight. The other one was stretched from this end a bit too much. Yeah, it was stretched here, so it's narrower. Yep, and this one was kind of hastily torn off in this end. Now this one is a bit more straighter, better looking, but still, yeah, you can tell from the torn ends that, yeah, Nokia quality. I mean, they made beautiful designs and robust, and some stuff is very beautifully made in these old Nokias. I mean, I love it. It's very beautiful work, high quality. Then they make these double-sided scotches like this. Anywho, of course, I have to say as a caveat, it might be this not original. So if someone knows were these originals or were these at some point changed by someone else, in which case it would explain this bad quality thing. So I will put the duct tape scotch into these and see you back then. Okay, here you can see the old batteries. So empty and gone. I need to get rid of them. And the new batteries with the sticky tape. Now I will just put them in place. Now the old batteries are here and they've been replaced by the new. So next I need to do is to remove these covers and solder the cables in place. Now, as you can see, the cables are soldered in place. There's some weird, like, why these cables here are thicker than these ones in this end, but they knew their design stuff. And batteries are placed and connected. I will need to fix a bit of the soldering, but after that, I will just put it back together and, yeah, let's see. Last moment to see the open battery. It's back together, and well, I broke this one plastic screw, which is not really a screw because you can't see anything from on top, but being a screw. And it has very fine thread, so I can't just replace it with a metal one. I could do one from metal, but I think I will try to fix this one first. The problem with the plastic screws is that usually, if you just glue it, it will snap right away. Because the load is on this direction as well. So for that, I think I need to add some metal or something to match these two together and then add the glue. I will show you next what I figured out. So here you can see the screw part, thread part. I made a slot there and put a piece of metal, aluminum, into the slot and glued it with my new favorite glue. Now I just until it harden a bit more, then I will file it and glue it to this piece. And hopefully I will have something functional as a result. Let's see. But the point is anyway that doesn't always work. Sometimes the pieces just fall apart on their own accord or whatever, or the glue weakens the plastic and so on. Or the torque is too much. Anyway, the point is that since this is like a piece of sheet metal, like a flat piece, it takes some of the torque or the rotation into this metal part instead of everything going to the joint. Let's hope that will work. So there you see the screw. I mean, there's a hole in the thread part is in the hole. I glued it in place, so there was a slot on the top. I put the metal through there. I glued it. Once it was dried, then I sanded it down, and I decided to give it a piece of black paint so it wouldn't show through. Now I'm letting it dry. I tried 2 times to get it straighter. I mean, in one direction it's straight, but every time I tried gluing, the threads moved a bit, the screw moved a bit, like in one direction. I don't think it will be perfectly straight there, but I mean, as long as it will work. At least I got the original screw fixed. And thanks to a piece of aluminum inside both of these and the glue, which I really like this new one, which I got. What was the Permatex plastic, Permatex plastic welder, yeah. So it's definitely good carbon repairing plastic stuff. Well, we will see, because it will be under some tension if it will survive once we put it in place, because I tried one time to glue this with standard glues with different cyanoacrylates and so on. I put it in place over there, and what it ended up doing, the springs here basically forced it apart and broke it, so let's hope it works now. I will come back to you when the paint is dried and we can put it in place. So now I put it back together, all the parts have fixed. This is the screw I broke and now it's there all again. It's all put together, and the interesting part is it's got the new batteries and everything inside. And look, ta-da, capacity full. It's this one here, so we can safely put it in place and see what happens. Okay, this is going to be a challenge with one hand. Hop. Close it like this. Go like this, and then push button. Click. It's locked in place. This one is in place. Screen. Let's put it on. I did read the manual I had available for this. Oh, lights went on. That's probably the original phone number that it had. It's on, lights on. Here's buttons for volume and something else. If I remember, this is a function button S here for additional functions here. Here's CSMR. I mean, there's a lot of functionality in this one. It's supposed to have a timer, like keep count how much you've called, battery. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but let's try. There you can see SF, meaning this was last time used in Finland. It's SF means Finland. There was other letters there for Sweden, Norway, and so on. Basically the countries that had an NMT network in the beginning. And so that you could do roaming, and you had to have here marked which country you had. This didn't have a SIM card, so it was just a fixed number, most like the one you saw in the beginning. Let's try it again. So this was the number of this device. Lights on, reset screen, and that's the number probably. Clear, it just makes beeps with, and you can dial here. Obviously completely pointless. Yeah, because it can connect to the network, so it doesn't really matter. What else? Just beep sounds. I think because this is in an initial status now, I mean, it's what it is, and it's working. That's the main part. It's nice and working, just fine. Batteries are still... the battery stuff goes on by itself when you put the phone on. I'm listening. There's slight noise coming from there, but nothing else. Obviously, probably it's trying to look for network and it can't, so I think that's as far as we can go now with it. But the nice part is it's now working. And I know some of you wanted to have this like hear a sound. I don't know what ringing it is, but I think I need to read more of the data sheets I found, if there's some way of making it ring. A friend of mine suggested that I will instead... They had these test setups, I believe, in Mobira at the time, probably had, where you could connect this to a test bench and then run through the functions and operate it without it needing to have the network. So I will maybe try to figure out if I can make this ring so that it can hear the sound. That will be the next video. Might take some time because finding this old stuff, this is from the 80s, so finding whatever, it's pre-internet, so it's going to be a challenge. But if I find it, I will definitely buy something and try to make this sound again. But yeah, definitely when I switched it on and off, I heard these small sounds coming from the earpiece from here. So it's definitely working. It just can't reach a network, or never will. So now interesting would be, could I build a replacement network, not actually a network to transmit anything. I'm not allowed to do that. The frequency is another use. Not hitting much. But could I do something else to that? Just make this think like, that this thinks that it is in network. That would be fun, to emulate the network for this phone. Well, yeah, this is going to be a longer project and another video coming out of it as well. But yeah, it's working, and last time I will again put this. I will show it this way. If you take it off and put it on, all the lids, HF call serve, they lit on, the numbers, everything came on. This one doesn't come on, maybe because it doesn't have the network. So there it is. It's now working again. The grandmother is working. I'm very happy about it. Okay, see you in the next video.